Hello everybody. Hi. Welcome to Mindful Monday. Catherine here from YogaNaraska. I'm sorry I missed you last week. I was on a vacation, unfortunately for you, but fortunately for me. So I was enjoying myself with a little bit of camping, Crown Land camping here in Ontario. If you're not from Ontario and you don't know what that means, it means you pile all your stuff into a canoe, you paddle across the lake, walk across some land with your canoe, put your canoe back in the water with all your stuff, and then keep repeating until you eventually get to a campsite. So you definitely have to be an experienced hiker and be bear aware of doing these sort of things. And that is one of my favorite things to do. So just letting you know where I was. I haven't forgotten about you. Sorry I didn't give you a heads up. It sort of just turned out that I was there longer than expected because we were just enjoying ourselves. So I'm sorry I missed Mindful Monday and Workout Wednesday, but I'm back here for Mindful Monday today, and we have finished up our exploration of the Yamas and the Niyamas, the yogi code. So as we mentioned before, the Yamas are more of how we relate to other people in the world around us. It's sort of a yogic philosophy, and the Niyamas are more about how we relate to ourselves. It's more of a personal set of morals and observances. And as I mentioned in those videos, which you can find here on Facebook and on Instagram, they're sort of open to interpretation, right? Like you can look at them. Hi, Andrew. You can look at the Yamas and Niyamas and sort of interpret them in your own way. And I find the more you sort of return back to the ideas, the more they sort of apply differently in your life throughout your different stages. So we have finished the Yamas and Niyamas, so that's 2 things knocked off of our 8 limbs of yoga. And today we are actually addressing one of the greatest misconceptions about yoga in general, actually. So most people in the West especially believe that yoga is just the postures of yoga, which we call the asanas, asana. And definitely those are an important part of yoga, but it's not the whole part. It's just 1 out of 8 parts, and most of the other 8, besides the Yamas and Niyamas, actually have more to do with meditation than anything. So this idea of more like fitness style yoga in the West, and sort of like my Workout Wednesday videos, are technically a part of yoga, but they're not the whole yoga experience. So when you go on YouTube and you do a 20-minute yoga video and there's no meditation or breath work or talk about yoga philosophy or savasana at the end, it's mostly a fitness class. It's not the full yoga experience. And I think when we talk about yoga as just the postures, we are really missing out on some of the main benefits of yoga in particular. So for me, in my own mental health journey, the philosophy of yoga, so the Yamas and Niyamas, have been the number 1 most supportive thing for me. The second one has been pranayama, which is breath work. That's been really helpful for my anxiety. And the third one has been meditation, yoga nidra. So none of those 3 things are the postures. I'd say the posture is number 4 in terms of benefits. So when we're only experiencing number 4, the postures of yoga, we're really missing out on all the mental health and emotional health and spiritual health benefits that yoga has to offer us. So we still haven't done our mindfulness exercise, but in the spirit of asana today, I figured we would do a little bit of mindful asana and breath work. So the whole point of asana is to be a moving meditation. It's supposed to help us, it's not necessarily for purifying the body or strengthening the body, although that does have those benefits. It's more about using the body as a form of like mindful meditation, moving meditation, that's what I meant to say, moving meditation in order to focus the mind. So when you're in tree pose and you're trying really hard not to fall off balance, you're working on your focus, which is actually another one of the 8 limbs of yoga. So although there are the strength benefits, the whole purpose really is to bring your focus to your inner experience, your physical body experience. It's not necessarily about can you execute the pose perfectly. It's more about how that pose feels in your body and tuning into what that feeling is like for you on that day and in that moment. So when we're practicing asana, we're always moving with the breath. We're syncing up the breath or syncing of the body, and we're using both to connect in with the mind. So we're kind of focusing all of our senses into one point. And that's what the word yoga means. It means to yoke or to unite. And we can think about it in lots of different ways. And I talked about that in our International Day of Yoga live, which you can also find here on Facebook and Instagram, and soon to be on YouTube. I'm sweating, man. But yes, it's all about uniting our senses. So for our Mindful Monday today, let's work on moving our bodies with our breath and focusing the mind. Let's do just a little bit of asana. So asana doesn't have to be warriors. It doesn't have to be like any weird bendy contortions. All it is moving your body in a way that makes your mind calm. That's it. Like you could lie on the floor in Savasana, corpse pose, which is basically just lying on your back. That is still asana. Standing up straight while waiting in line at the grocery store, still asana. So you could really make anything into yoga, which is really cool, but that's off topic. Okay, coming back to the point. Let's work on moving our minds, or moving our bodies with our breath. So let's take our hands up to the sides. You'll recognize this if you've taken my yoga classes before or my workout Wednesdays. This is the workout that the warm-up that I always do. And this is because it also helps us to warm up the spine. So in your 20-minute workout videos on YouTube, you're unlikely to find a proper spinal warm-up that moves each of the 7 ways that the spine can actually move to warm up your spine properly for asana and for exercise. So really important thing, and that's why it's always the same in my videos. It might get kind of boring and repetitive. We'll do it from different poses, but it always is really important for me that your spine is properly prepared for your practice. So let's do it from a seated position today. You can still do this even if you're in an office chair. I know you weren't prepared for Workout Wednesday today because it is Monday, but nonetheless, let's get going. So put your hands up to the sides. We're going to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, bring your arms up and over your head. Maybe gaze at the thumbs real quick. Exhale, let's bring the hands down to heart center. Wonderful, okay. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hands down to the sides. Okay, let's repeat this a couple times at your own pace now. Awesome. Okay, let's take the left hand. You can put it on your knee or on your office chair or on the floor if you're sitting on the floor. Plant the left hand on something. And then inhale, let's bring the right hand up and over to the left. Do a little crescent moon shape here. Spiraling open the front body, maybe gazing up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Plant the right hand, bring the left hand up and over. Breathing deeply. Exhale, left hand comes down, going back and forth now. So we're doing little sideways crescent shape spaces with the spine, but we're always moving with the breath. That's the most important part of asana, is that we're always moving mindfully, moving with the breath, and tuning into the sensations in the body. It's not about doing it perfectly. It's about what it feels like to you. And being mindful of pushing yourself too hard. Wonderful. Okay, I need to move up for this because I'm standing right next against the wall. All right, let's take both hands up and overhead again. This time we're going to open them up to a T and open up to the left. So right hand comes forward, left hand goes back, and then we're looking over the left shoulder. Twisting the spine this time. Take a couple deep breaths here. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. So right hand comes back, left hand comes to the right knee, looking over the right shoulder, taking deep breaths, sitting tall through the spine. Focusing on sensation. What does it feel like to be wringing the tension out of your spine? Does it feel good? Does it feel stiff? And then now we'll go back and forth, twisting in each direction. From left to right, looking over one shoulder at a time, twisting the spine. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the right. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the left. I'm mixing up my lefts and rights, but you get the idea. One more on each side now. If you're just tuning in now, we are talking about Asana today, which is the third limb of yoga, coming back to center. Let's bring our hands back down to heart center. So we've been talking about the 8 limbs of yoga throughout these past couple weeks, and now we're on the third one, which is asana, or the postures of yoga. So a lot of people think that yoga is just the postures and the physical movements. That's only one of eight parts of what yoga really is. So we've been dispelling some myths about yoga over the past couple weeks. So beautiful. Okay, what else have we done? We have done left, right, twist, twist. We started moving with the breath. So now we need to do forward fold. So we've moved the spine this way, this way, this way, and this way. Now we're going forward. So we're going to lift both arms up and overhead. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands forward as we fold over. So keep the back straight, back straight, back straight as much as you can. And then when you can't anymore, you're going to round through the spine. I probably disappeared from the frame, but that's okay. Hold here. If you're at a desk, that's okay. Just make sure you're not sending your coworkers a bunch of random letters if your head's on the keyboard. This might feel really nice, especially if you are a desk worker, because it will take some pressure off of your upper back and neck. Inhale, it's coming back up. All right, one more direction we need to do. Actually, 2 more. We need to do a back extension. So we're going to start to arch the back, press the chest forward, look up, and now we're extending the back in the other direction. So you can forward fold a lot more than you can back bend, and that's normal. Hold here for a couple moments, gazing upwards. Another way to do this, I'll turn over so you can see me, is to bring your hands behind the back and then just stretch them out. And then just gaze upwards. It's also stretching our back. We're mostly opening up through the heart center, but we're also flexing the back a bit. You can see my back is a little bit rounded here, right? All right, and the last one is very subtle, but still important, and that is extension. So imagine there is like a little string on the top of your head, and it's being pulled up towards the ceiling. And imagine all those vertebrae, the spaces between your vertebrae, imagine them stretching out in both directions, down towards the floor and up towards the sky. Raise the chin slightly, drop the shoulders down, extension, remembering to breathe. Wonderful. Okay, so you've probably tried asana before. I imagine you've probably taken a yoga class. If you're following me, you're probably a little bit interested in yoga anyway. But I really do encourage you to try some other aspects of yoga and yoga practice. So our mindful meditations are a great way to do that because I explore meditation and I explore breath work in these. And if you're interested in something new, I urge you to check out my YouTube channel. I have some Yoga Nidras up there. Yoga Nidras are similar to a meditation, except you do it in a reclined position. So lying on your mat in Savasana or in your bed. And it's like a guided meditation. You really don't have to do anything but listen. But it's a really cool experience because it's actually designed to take your brainwave states down to a state of deep rest and bring you back up. I like to do them in the morning or before bed or when I have a nap, usually times when I'm already lying down. And people really say that it does help them with their sleep. On my Tuesday night classes, I always do 30 minutes of gentle yoga, so similar to what we just did. Not a lot of like strength work or standing, mostly low to the mat type stuff, moving with the breath. And then we do 30 minutes of Yoga Nidra, which is this guided meditation. So I do have a couple of those up on YouTube if you'd like to check them out. I have had some requests lately for one that's meant to guide you into sleep and doesn't take you back out. So it just takes you down to that deep brainwave state and just like leaves you there in a beautiful state of wonderful, restful slumber. So maybe I'll work on that today, actually. I'll I'll see if I can get a script for that written and recorded soon. And you know what? I'm gonna put a link in my link tree on Instagram, and I'll post on a link on my Facebook group to one of my Yoga Nidras, so you guys can try it out if you're interested. So thank you so much for coming. I am sorry about last week, but I was having a good time, so sorry, not sorry. You can join my class tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. What are we doing next week? I think we are doing self-care. Yeah, we're doing self-care tomorrow. So that'll be, again, 30 minutes of gentle yoga followed by 30 minutes of yoga nidra. Wednesday, we're doing Workout Wednesday. Give me any suggestions that you have for Wednesday workouts, and I'll get going on that. Any postures that you'd like to explore. Thursday, depending on if we have enough people join, I will be doing another more body posture focused class, but with meditation, breathwork, and savasana as well. So full package yoga class on Thursday, also 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna hopefully get some more stuff uploaded to YouTube this week, and also big things coming, big secrety sort of things coming from YogaNaraska. So I'm probably going to be quiet on social media for the next little while because I'm working like mad in the background on something special, but I will let you know when more details are available on that. Keeping mum for the moment. But it's going to be really, really exciting, so stay tuned. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I encourage you to explore more of what yoga has to offer beyond the postures. Again, asana is great. I love asana. Asana is what got me into yoga, but as I said, it's number 4 in terms of all the benefits that yoga has given me as a human being. So definitely not the most important part for me anyway. So yeah. Okay, it is way too hot in here. I need to open a window and open the door. So I'm out of here. I hope you have a great week. Happy Monday. Don't get too stressed out. Stay cool if you're in Canada or somewhere warm. Okay, bye my friends.